One of the most interesting things about doing GymCrafter.com for a living is that I've met thousands of different people who have thousands of different needs for their home gyms. And one of the even cooler things is seeing all of the companies out there who build things specifically to meet all of those different needs. One person likes a barbell and cage, one person likes a cable system, another person likes calisthenics and kettlebells. And as I see those different things, I try and bring them to you guys. And that's why I drove all the way to Forest Park, Illinois today to the Body Solid headquarters, is to show you one of those solution pieces. And that solution piece is the GLGS 100 corner lever weight gym, something I haven't ever shown you here before on the channel, and I can't wait to show it to you today. Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel. My name's Tim. I'm the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, the website that I built to help ordinary folks like you and I build home and garage gyms that we absolutely love. And one of the ways that we build gyms that we absolutely love is we buy stuff that fits our needs. And as I said in the intro, everybody has different needs. And the needs I want to talk about today with this particular piece of equipment are there's a lot of people that come to me and they go, hey, I don't have a lot of space. I don't want to do barbell training because I don't feel safe. I don't want to invest in these big fancy cable pulley systems and things like that. And I just want something that's kind of like the gym that I used at work. And this is a lot like the gym that I used to use at work. So I used to work at a place called Apt Electronics in Glenview, Illinois, and we had a full what's called hammer strength gym. Now this is not a hammer strength piece, but the way that that worked is it's machines, but they're plate loaded and they use leverage to actually create the resistance. And that's what this does. It fits in a corner of your gym. You can do a ton of different exercises on it. If you're smart, you can get a full body training in on it. And I really like what I've seen so far. Now, as usual, what I'm gonna do on stuff that I haven't used for a long period of time, I just started using this morning and I shot all the B-roll already. So I've got a pretty good feel of how it works. And there's some things this is really, really good at, and there's some things this is not so good at. So I wanted to tell you kind of both of those. We'll look at the machine top to bottom, front to back, tell you what I like, tell you what I wish was different. And that way you can decide if this is something that meets your specific needs and will work in your garage gym. Starting with a quick overview, this particular piece is on sale right now for $7.99. I think it retails at just over $1,300. I'll put a link down below. Those are always affiliate links. So if you think this video helped you out and you want to purchase one of these, definitely use those. That helps me out and helps the channel out and helps me make more trips like this to bring you stuff that I wouldn't normally be able to bring you. But that said, this is going to come in two colors. This really cool black, which is new for them. It also comes in a red. Personally, I prefer the black. It does come with Body Solid's lifetime warranty top to bottom. That includes the pulleys and the cables, which is really unusual in the industry. So as with everything Body Solid does, they really back up their construction with a good warranty. And one thing I've learned from being in the industry a long time is that typically companies like insurance companies don't take gambles on stuff. They're not going to put a lifetime warranty on something they know they're going to have to fix. So the cool thing about buying stuff with a lifetime warranty is odds are you're probably never going to have to put any claim on it, which is something that I really like. And this is something that's true of most of Body Solid's line. I really think that they are one of the most underrated companies in home gym fitness because of their build quality. They kind of fly under the radar. If you talk to anybody who's had their stuff before, you'll very rarely find somebody who wasn't happy with it. With this particular piece, what it is like I said, it's a lever gym. So it's a bunch of different stuff. It's a combination of a weight stack on the back, a moving arm with weight horns on it, and then there's a cable system that connects to a low row and a lat pull down. And what that's going to do is that's going to be able to give you the ability to do a ton of different variations of movements. It's designed to go in a corner, and as I've been walking around this, a lot of things that are designed to go in corners or against walls, you still have to leave all kinds of room behind them because you need to get back there to put weight plates. And actually the way this is designed, you can't put it right up into a corner, but you could probably get pretty close. So I would say if you're gonna put this in a corner, I would probably leave about 18 to 24 inches on either side of it just to be able to get back and put the weight plates on it and to be able to go ahead and actually load the plates, but you're not gonna need a ton more room than that. Now, something I noticed when I was doing the low row, there is the ability to bolt this to your floor. I would either do that or I would put this on rubber flooring so it doesn't move around. We're on carpet here, and I did notice it moved around a little bit, but that's just because we're on carpet. You never want to build your gym on carpet, but if you've got rubber flooring, that shouldn't be an issue. And when it comes to the low row, which is where I had an issue, I'll show you a little trick that I figured out when I was using it that will actually help you keep it from moving. But that's kind of the positioning and placement of it. This thing is built from really beefy metal. The powder coat is fantastic. The welds are fantastic. Everything's really cleanly made, and really happy with the overall construction. The pulleys are going to be nylon, and nylon pulleys, I've really gone back and forth. When you are building stuff that's going to have a long warranty like that, you can't use aluminum pulleys. One of the drawbacks of aluminum pulleys that you see a lot of people using them now is those will actually wear your cables faster than a nylon pulley. And while they might be marginally smoother, honestly, I think that's up for debate. Really the difference that's made in smoothness in pulleys is going to be the bearings and the diameter of the pulley more than the material of the pulley itself. This isn't going to have aluminum pulleys, but that's because of that lifetime warranty. Like, you can't warranty these cables from wear for lifetime if you've got pulleys on it that actually wear the cable. So that's the overall general gist of the construction of it. As far as what you can do, so one of the things I wish was different up here was the lat pull down station should be probably a little bit higher if you're taller. You're gonna have to do some workarounds, like if you're using a rope for a tricep push down, you wanna get down on your knees to do that, which isn't an issue. That's something that I've been doing for a long time, and it's a great workaround, but just so that you know that that's an issue. Also for lat pull downs, what I noticed is when I'm sitting on the bench doing the lat pull downs, you really can't get a full stretch for me. I would recommend that if you're probably 6 feet tall or taller, you would want to just be aware that that's going to be a limitation of the equipment. So that's something that you're going to want to look at, and something that I wish was different. As far as the low row, there is a low row down there. You do have to sit on the floor for that. I don't know that you could do what you could in a lot of gyms, which is use a decline bench and kind of face it and then pull up at yourself. You're really going to want to be on the floor. So if that's something that bothers you, I would probably just, again, be aware of it. It's not a drawback. It's just kind of how the thing works. So let's go ahead and take a look at the arm itself. The arm itself has a multi-grip on it, which is really cool. You're gonna be able to do a neutral grip, a standard grip, and then kind of an angled grip. The issue with the grips for me they're a little far apart. I would like something that's a little bit closer together. Like for your neutral grip, I felt like my arms were a little bit too far apart, so that's one limitation. However, one of my favorite things about this, especially if you're gonna be using this for bench presses or rows, is there's this really cool bar right here that pops in and out really easily. It pops in and out even when there's weights on it. So that gives you a straight bar attachment, kind of similar to a barbell. Now it's not knurled, it's padded. I wish it was a knurled bar, not a padded bar. You'll see in the marketing material people doing this, but I couldn't figure out how to get it done, is I wouldn't necessarily buy this if you do a lot of regular standard barbell back squats. The issue with this is that because of how this arm moves up and down, and you have to kind of lock it in place with these safeties back here, you can't like unrack it and then get down. You have to start in the bottom position. So getting this all the way in the bottom position, crawling under the bar, and getting underneath it to push it up is really a limitation of this. So I don't necessarily know that I would use it for back squats. The other thing is, even if it had a safety, because this is an arm, and one of the nice things about this arm is it's kind of a wide diameter arm, so it doesn't curve a ton at the end where the handles are. The issue that I have with it is on squats and also on deadlifts is that it still moves front to back, and it moves front to back in a different arc than what you would have naturally with a barbell. So as I was squatting, if you're on the front of the machine, it kind of pushes you forward. If you're facing the other way, it kind of pulls you back. So I'm not a big fan of using this for squats or barbell back squats. But again, this is a solution piece. This is something that's made for people who aren't necessarily going to be comfortable barbell training or using a barbell or using free weights in their gym. They're going to use something that has a lot of safety to it. And those folks typically don't do a ton of barbell back squats. And come here, I'm going to give you a tip. Learn to do Bulgarian split squats. So I know it's the exercise that's most hated by everybody. However, it is something that's going to be super valuable to your leg training, especially if you don't want to do barbell back squats. So for me, you can definitely work around this. For me, I like barbell back squats, so I don't know if this would be a perfect solution for me. But again, for somebody who's looking to use this type of resistance in a corner of their gym, I don't know if they're going to do back squats or not, but that is a limitation that you need to know about, even though they show it in the marketing material. I don't know that this is great for deadlifts or for back squats. Now, that said, the couple of limitations that I showed you, the range on the lat pull down is a little bit short for tall folks like myself, and I'm not a huge fan of it I really wouldn't do squats at all. Deadlifts are the same thing. However, there are some things that this is really, really, really good at. First of all, rows. Bent over rows, the arc of this pendulum works really, really well. The different grips, the neutral grip, the standard overhand, you can do a supinated and a pronated grip. There's kind of an angle grip on the side. Because it's open, you can get really good depth and really good range on your rows. I really enjoyed using this for bent over rows. It works really, really well. Also, the way that the curve of the arm goes, it really works really well in a natural kind of how you would want it to go for rows. So I like that a lot. I also really, really like it for pressing. Those of you who have used the hammer strength pressing machine, either the kind of the angled one where you kind of do a jammer arm type of a press, when you combine this with an adjustable bench, and you definitely want to get an adjustable bench. I'll put a link below to the bench that Body Solid recommends to go with this. It's an okay bench. I definitely would probably recommend one of the Rep Fitness benches that I've shown in other videos better, just because this one has kind of a wide bottom foot to it. There's no handle to move it around. There's a couple of issues with it, but if you want to buy everything on one place, I'll put that link down below. It matches in the construction and the powder coat and the warranty and all that kind of stuff. So it's not a bad bench to have, but you do want an adjustable bench with this. With the flat bench press, it's really nice because it does mimic the arc of what a normal bench press would be. It feels really, really good. In an incline, doing kind of an overhead overhead press like that. It's a really good feeling. You've got all the different grips to do neutral, to do a standard grip. So bench pressing and overhead pressing felt really, really good on this. You can put this bar on here also to do overhead pressing. And then one of my favorite things is because of the way that the neutral grip handles are, you can do what's called the Viking press. And you'll see guys in their gym with their barbells and their racks, you know, with all these weird contraptions set up to anchor one end of the barbell high up and then put this funky connection on it where they've got the neutral grip handles. And you can just do that on this bench. So I really, really like that. So pressing is fantastic. Rowing is fantastic. Just the leg portion, I don't know, is tremendous. There's a ton of other stuff that you can do on this. Shrugs work really well. So if you like to do heavy shrugs, that worked really well as well. And that pretty much covers your basic major exercises that you can do. There are some nice touches on this. You do have a movable leg roller on here to lock your knees in for the lat pull downs. That's something that you don't see on a lot of these current cable machines that have a lat pull down. You've kind of got to either buy an additional piece or something like that. As far as the attachments it comes with, it's going to come with a standard lat pull down bar as well as a kind of a shorty low row bar. I would probably buy maybe like a neutral grip attachment, maybe a rope or something like that, whatever the cable attachments are of your choice, because the nice thing that I really actually like, I didn't point that out, is unlike a lot of these cable machines that you see coming out now where the cable runs across an upright, this is directly overhead. So the geometry of it is really good. You can pull down behind the neck, you can pull down in front of you. It's directly over you, which is a really nice change from a lot of the cable stuff I've been working on lately. But I would probably buy some additional attachments of, you know, whatever your attachments of choice are to expand the versatility of this machine. So for 800 bucks, I don't think this is a bad deal at all. Again, like I said in the beginning, different people have different needs, and I know a lot of you guys are going to comment in the comments about how, you know, I think a barbell's better, I think a kettlebell's better, I think a standard, you know, a rep Aries is better, and what I would say is for different people's needs, the answer to all those things is yes. But for a lot of folks, Body Solid sells a ton of these. For that reason, there's a lot of folks out there who, like I said, like the safety. This is an extremely safe machine to use. You're not going to have a barbell fall on you. You're not going to have to worry about constantly, you know, moving pins and loading plates for the cable stack. The cable stack back here is a 1-to-1 ratio, so it feels really good. It's very smooth. And because it's so versatile, you can move from exercise to exercise fairly quickly and get it all done in a small space. Now, as I've been looking at this and trying to figure out which customer needs are going to be met by this and which aren't, I really had an interesting thought, which is a lot of times right now what you'll see is people will build their gym and they'll have their power rack for their squats and their deadlifts, and that's what their barbell training is for, but they end up buying a lot of things for upper body work. They end up buying a single stack, like a low row lat tower or something like that. And as I'm looking at this, what I realize is at the price point that it's at for $799, this would also be an ideal addition or a second piece in your gym. You know, a lot of folks, if you're not that person trying to fit everything in a corner, but you are that person who's trying to build a nice fully equipped gym, the more I look at this, the more, like I said, I really love the pressing and the rowing on this is really fantastic, especially with the way that the arm moves. It's a way that you can load it pretty heavy and be pretty safe. It's got a lat pull down that's directly overhead. It's got a good low row on it, good weight capacity on it, lifetime warranty. So if you are somebody who already has a power rack and you're looking to add something that's going to really be dedicated to upper body training, and no guy focuses on upper body training, I know that, but it would be a great addition to your gym to do that. So that's one use that I thought of while I was standing here is, man, if you're looking for something just additional that's not super expensive, that's going to be super well built and is really going to help you add a lot of functionality to your gym for upper body training, this is definitely something that you're going to want to look at. So if you have any questions on this, as always, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them. I'm here all day with Body Solid, so I'll have a chance to spend a good amount of time on this between the shooting the B-roll, just playing with it, shooting photos and things like that, so I should be able to answer. If not, my contacts here at Body Solid are always fantastic, so I can get you an answer. And as always, thanks for watching till now. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, thanks for watching this long. And until the next review, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.